Hello people of YouTube, my name is Brad. This is my channel Adamant Orange, where I build and review 3D metal models, show you how I build them. Today on the table we are going to build another Legends model. We have Starscream here, which is another one of the Transformers Legends models. I've already built a few other Transformers Legends models, a couple other Transformers Legends models as it is, as well as several other Legends models, and I'm really enjoying the detail of the Transformers ones. But let's go over to the table and open this up. I think this is kind of a medium easier sort of one to build. Let's go to the table, open this up, see what's inside, and put it together. Let's open up Starscream. Little tap to make sure the instructions aren't in the way, because sometimes they slide up and I ended up tearing them too, or cutting them if you cut. Inside we have 1.5 sheets of the slightly semi-gloss, not slightly but semi-gloss metal, and one piece of paper for the instructions. I imagine this is going to be pretty similar to the Transformer Legends models I've already done. It's a pretty tall piece of paper, as you can kind of see if it would cooperate. I'm going to fold it in half so that it better fits on the screen. And I'm going to go over the instructions somewhat briefly for those who haven't built one of these models before. You start off at the top. You notice it's divided into quarters. This is the top quarter, top left quarter, page 1. You have the Metal Earth Legends sign logo. You have a line drawing of a model and one of the sheets. And you have another line drawing of the sheets here. And if you place the big sheet beside the drawing of it, you'll notice it's outlining the parts, and all the parts are numbered. You have all the numbers surrounding, pointing at the parts so that you can easily find them as you're going through the assembly flow chart. We have one part here, or two parts of the same part, they're colored. Something that Metal Earth started doing some time back, where similar parts, or the same parts, I should say the same, not similar parts, are colored the same color. In this case there's only one duplicate part, but that part's going to be pretty easy to find because it's colored pink. You only labeled one of them as 7, the other one's not labeled because it's 7 as well. Below that we have a sample part. This looks like the back of the head, a notation on fold lines, which are pre-scored areas where the parts fold, insertion holes and insertion tabs. Ultimately insertion tabs will go into insertion holes to hold the parts or hold the pieces together. Beside that we have the small legend, the blue circle and the green triangle. When you see a blue circle next to a connection point, such as over here, it means to insert an insertion tab in the appropriate insertion slot, fold it over 90 degrees. The green triangle means to insert that tab and twist it 90 degrees. The folded tabs look neater, the twisted tabs are more secure. Usually those are on the inside of something. Here's a note about tweezers and needle nose pliers being helpful for assembly, and we'll talk about tools here in just a second. Below that you have the 360 view. You have a QR code you can scan with a phone or tablet, or just type in this website into a web page and it'll take you to the Metal Earth page where you can view a completed model 360 view that you can spin around and use as a reference if you're having difficulty with how something is positioned or connected or so on and so forth. Below that starts the assembly flowchart, starting of course with part 1. You find part 1 on the sheet, you clip it out, you bring it over here. Here's part 2 and a sort of sub-assembly where they show you the red means these areas fold or move into this shape, which gives you that. These two come together. Green triangle means you twist those tabs. Slide over, the red part means these areas are folded over. Slide over, more red, more folding. Slide over, there's a blue circle and an arrow indicating these things connect, and that tab folds over. You end up with that. And that's the gist of it. You jump over here to page 2 and pick up with part 3 and 4. You've got your sub-assemblies and sub-assemblies. Just follow the directions, putting the pieces together. When you get halfway on the page, remember this is folded in half. You jump down to the bottom quarter of page 3, picking up where you left off, following the arrows. Then over to page 4, section 4, whatever you want to call it. Once you get to the bottom, you're finished with your model. Let's talk a little bit about tools. The very basics of what you're going to need is a pair of tweezers and some clippers. The tweezers, you can do a lot of bending, shaping, twisting of tabs, folding of things over. The clippers are going to help you get the pieces out of the sheets cleanly and easily by clipping them out instead of trying to bend them out, which can cause damage. I've also supplemented my set with some precision tweezers. I have a couple of pointed ones here. One, I ground the tip down just a little bit to give it a more sturdy tip for tabs and twisting things, and then I have a precision flat set, and between all of these I can do a lot of bending and shaping and twisting. I also strongly recommend some sort of pliers to complement your set. I have some flat nose here that have definite uses. I have some long needle nose pliers for some of the longer pieces, and then I have some curved tips for grabbing things at an angle and bending them over. We've talked a little bit about tools. We've got our instructions and our 1.5 metal sheets at the ready. Basic tools to get started. Let's put this together. Right off the bat, I am getting a little ahead of myself. I secured one side without thinking about the other. The inside tab doesn't really have enough room to go all the way into place. I had to use the precision tweezers to fold it over as I worked to push the connection together. Be sure to pay attention to which way the other 3 slots are facing on part 7 when you connect these 2 parts. Either that or look ahead so that you know which way the fist will attach so that you do not put it on backwards. One arm is finished. And now the other arm is finished. This leg design is very much like the Guardians of the Galaxy leg design. Fold up the toes, then fold up one side of the leg and secure one side of the foot. Fold up the other side of the leg, securing that side of the foot. Then fold up the back side and secure. Then fold the leg over onto the front side and secure. The camera missed a couple of steps. I folded out a few tabs after folding the part in half. Then comes the slightly challenging part of getting the 3 tabs in place. It's an odd connection, and I should also point out that parts 17 and 18 should not be folded completely in half. Leave a small gap to make things line up. Silly me forgot to add the arms. Oops. And here's where I realized I forgot to add the arms. Fortunately, it's not very complicated to open it back up just enough to attach and secure the arms and put the head back on.